As I turned round, the eyelashes and the hair of the princess were moving.
It's the type of program I've been looking for some time, and I'm very happy to have done and achieved.
Princess Diana's driver has finally spoken out after decades of silence, revealing alleged secrets about that tragic night in Paris. What really happened behind closed doors? And why did he wait so long to share these shocking details? Stay tuned, because this rumored revelation could change everything we thought we knew. For nearly 3 decades, Colin Tebbit kept quiet about the most tragic night of his life. As Princess Diana's trusted driver, he held memories too painful to share, until now. Recently, he finally opened up, and what he revealed has stunned everyone. Imagine carrying the weight of such a heartbreaking night for so long. Colin wasn't just a driver, he was someone Diana trusted deeply, yet he stayed silent while the world speculated. Why? What stopped him from sharing his side of the story? And more importantly, what made him decide that now was the time? His confession isn't just another account. It's an emotional recollection filled with regret, sorrow, and unanswered questions.
Show how an individual can turn the nourishment of the...
Colin's words bring a new perspective to that tragic night in Paris, and his silence breaking has reignited curiosity worldwide. As we dive deeper into what he shared, prepare yourself, because his revelations challenge everything we thought we knew. What hidden truths did Colin reveal? And how have his memories changed the story we believed for so long? Let's unravel the layers of his emotional journey and the secrets he finally laid bare. Colin's world shifted with a single phone call. It was late, and the night felt ordinary, until the phone rang. His wife answered, but the tone quickly turned serious. Without a word, she handed the phone to Colin, urging him to sit up. On the other end, a colleague from Balmoral delivered the news that shattered Colin's world. Princess Diana had been in a car accident. Confused and shaken, Colin turned on the television, hoping for clarity. But what he saw broke his heart.
Yes, we were often together in the car, and it would be light conversation. She had a tremendous...
As images of the tunnel in Paris filled the screen, Colin's mind raced. Was it true? Was she okay? The panic set in quickly. He rushed to get dressed, knowing he had to get to Kensington Palace immediately. The drive was a blur of emotions, shock, fear, and helplessness. Colin knew things would never be the same, but he couldn't prepare himself for what awaited him at the palace. The weight of the news was unbearable, but it was just the beginning of a long, emotional journey that Colin would carry for the rest of his life. What did Colin find when he reached the palace? And how did that night forever change his relationship with the royal family? As Colin arrived at Kensington Palace, the gravity of the situation hit him hard. The atmosphere was tense, filled with grief and disbelief. The palace staff moved quietly, their faces pale with sorrow. The world outside was already starting to mourn, but inside, the reality was even more heartbreaking.
I work in environments now where I see women doing similar things, and I'm able...
Colin's role wasn't just as a driver now. He had to bring Princess Diana back to England. The pressure was immense, but his love and respect for Diana pushed him forward. The moment he stepped into the palace, he felt the weight of responsibility settle on his shoulders. Media vans were already lining the streets, reporters desperate for any information. Colin had to navigate through the chaos while keeping his composure. Every step felt surreal as he prepared for the journey to Paris, knowing it would be the hardest trip of his life. But nothing could prepare him for what awaited him in Paris, the emotional toll, the logistical nightmares, and the heart-wrenching moments that would haunt him forever. What challenges did Colin face in Paris, and how did the world's reaction affect him in ways he never imagined? When Colin reached Paris, the chaos was overwhelming. The hospital was filled with doctors, officials, and media personnel, all buzzing with urgency. But Colin's only focus was on Princess Diana. He entered the room where Diana lay, and the warmth hit him immediately. Concerned about preserving her dignity, Colin quickly arranged for fans to cool the room.
As you saw, he's more than happy to go down those steps and join the other children. We do see a lot of...
But then something unexpected happened, something that would stay with him forever. As the fans started, Diana's hair and eyelashes fluttered gently. Colin froze. It was a simple moment, yet it felt profound. The sight left him shaken, forcing him to take a deep breath and compose himself before continuing. Amidst the media frenzy and logistical challenges, Colin's mind was clouded with emotions. He knew this was a moment the world would never forget, but for him, it was deeply personal. Bringing Diana back to England wasn't just a duty, it was his final act of love and respect for someone he admired deeply. What other moments did Colin experience in Paris that left him emotionally scarred?
I'm not going to say anything, babe.
But Prince Charles did give us a hint himself. He said,
And how did these experiences fuel the countless questions and rumors that followed? Princess Diana's passing sparked countless rumors and theories, and Colin's revelations have only added to the intrigue. While official reports pointed to an accident, whispers of hidden truths never faded. Many believe there was more to the story, something deeper, something intentionally kept from the public. Diana herself had expressed concerns about her safety. Could her fears have been justified? Did she know something that others didn't? Colin's emotional account has reignited these questions. He shared how navigating the Paris tunnel at night could be confusing, even for experienced drivers. Was it just a tragic accident caused by difficult driving conditions, or was there something more sinister at play? Theories have ranged from suspicious circumstances to orchestrated plots, but Colin's words have left many wondering. His detailed recollections of that night offer a new lens, but they also leave room for more questions. What does Colin's perspective reveal about that tragic night? And could his memories hold the key to unraveling the mystery that still lingers after all these years?
My list's completely empty. It's all come to us. It's marvellous. Yes.
Colin's emotional burden didn't end that night. For years, he carried the guilt of not being there when Diana needed him most. Even though he wasn't the driver that night, every memory, every moment from that night haunted him. The sorrow in his eyes during interviews reveals a man who never fully recovered from the loss. He often questioned if there was anything he could have done differently. Handling the logistics of bringing Diana back to England added to his emotional weight. Facing the media, the crowds, and the overwhelming grief was a challenge he never anticipated. But Colin knew he had to stay strong, for Diana, for her family, and for himself.
Driven through the tunnel myself. There are stanchions in the tunnel, which
His recent revelations have opened old wounds, not just for him, but for everyone who loved Diana. The emotional toll is evident, but Colin's story also highlights the deep respect and affection he had for the princess. How has Colin coped with these emotions over the years? And what does his confession tell us about the lasting impact of that night on those closest to Diana? Princess Diana's passing wasn't just a personal loss, it was a national tragedy. Her funeral was watched by billions, and the world mourned together. But even after all these years, the pain remains fresh. Colin's revelations have brought back memories of that somber September day when millions lined the streets, shedding tears for the people's princess. The global outpouring of love and grief was unprecedented, and it left an indelible mark on history. Elton John's heartfelt tribute, Candle in the Wind, echoed through Westminster Abbey, capturing the collective sorrow of a world that wasn't ready to say goodbye.
and that was an emotional day on the day that.
For Colin, every moment of that day is etched in his mind, reminding him of the immense responsibility he carried. The questions surrounding Diana's passing continue to linger, and every new revelation reopens old wounds. Colin's story adds another layer to the mystery, keeping Diana's legacy alive in the hearts of many. But with all the emotions resurfacing, one question remains. Will the world ever truly find closure, or will the mystery of that night continue to haunt us forever? Colin Tebbett's emotional confession has given us a deeper insight into Princess Diana's final moments, but it has also left us with more questions than answers. His memories offer a glimpse into the chaos, sorrow, and challenges of that night, but they also highlight the lingering uncertainties. Was it truly just an unfortunate accident, or is there more to the story that remains untold? As Colin recounts the events, his words resonate with those who have always felt that something was missing from the official narrative. His perspective adds depth to the tragedy, but it also fuels the speculation that has never fully gone away. One thing is certain, Princess Diana's legacy will never be forgotten. Her compassion, kindness, and strength continue to inspire millions, and her passing remains one of the most talked about events in history. So, what do you think? Do Colin's revelations change your perspective on what really happened that night? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories that uncover the hidden truths behind history's most captivating moments. Because when it comes to Princess Diana, the story is far from over.